I recused him. He was conscious official. I asked him to recuse himself. When did the chief judge not insist I must hear it? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this, which is true, then you need to go on appeal.
No, I cannot. Because I have a court order. I have a court order. You have recused yourself. I have a court order. Anybody who disagrees with this order of court, go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are conscious official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. A woman here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi Kanu said, go on appeal. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adema from my case. I did not insist Adema must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. A woman should do the right thing. A chairman of the board of directors prosecuting somebody is impropriety. Nowhere in the world such nonsense stop. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're proceeding a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is not a court of law. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must leave my case. You cannot try me.
All right, good morning, viewers. This CNC News Channel News Center reporting this morning is Casey. Here with me is the Biafra Evangelist Benjamin Ezesinachin. Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Quick one, let me have your review concerning what is going on here in Nigeria, the Nnamdi Kanu case versus Nigeria government. Nnamdi Kanu say he has no case to answer, but the federal government said he has case to answer, and the case was adjourned to November 4 to 6. Let me have your reaction. Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu are what it takes to defeat the federal government?
Yeah, good morning, our esteemed viewers, wherever you're watching us from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us now. Man, one of the only Biafran Evangelist Benjamin Ezesinachin. Nnamdi Kanu have no case to answer. To start with, number one, you say he started violence. Where was he when he started the violence? In UK, not in Nigeria. And if what he said is regarded as violent and it goes against the law, let the UK try him, because that is where he was when he started it. And moreover, the Radio Biafra which he used to start the violence, who are the people that gave him the Radio Biafra? It was registered radio, true of us. And who registered, who gave him the license to do the broadcast? It was the UK. So if what he was doing then was wrong, the UK should be the one to try him, not Nigeria, because he never committed such crime in Nigeria, but the UK. So why are they trying him in Nigeria? Are you trying to tell me that Nigeria and UK law is not the same? Of which the case, even regard to what he has said, the case, the law that they are using against me as Nnamdi Kanu regarding to that is a dead law. Are you hearing me? And let me tell you too, another point is this. You are talking about opening defense and trying mass Nnamdi Kanu. Are you trying somebody that you kidnap? Do you using justice to get justice? You violated the law. Then the person that you violated his law is the person that you are trying. Where is it done in the world? Under which platform, under which constitution permit that? You kidnapped him. Now you are trying. How can you try somebody that you kidnap? It's you that is a kidnapper that's supposed to be facing trials, facing court. But why are you trying the person you kidnap?
Don't you think that Nnamdi Kanu might be sentenced to 20 years imprisonment if I use the word if he fails to open his defense? Justice Omotosho, at this speculation that Nnamdi Kanu might be sentenced to 20 years imprisonment by Justice Omotosho if he fails to open his defense, because the case was adjourned to 4 to 6 of November 2025. Do you think that Justice Omotosho have that mind to sentence Nnamdi Kanu if found guilty to 20 years imprisonment? Based on what you said, that Nnamdi Kanu said he has no case to answer.
He has no case to answer now. You kidnap me and you are telling me to answer a query over the kidnap that you kidnapped me. How would I be defending myself over you kidnapping me? Do I know your plan? Did I follow you to plan it? It's you that knows the purpose. So Mazen doesn't have it, and they are telling him to open a case. To open a case. Which case? In answer, okay, if you want to me to open a case, these are the people that will bear witness. And the people that he called to come and bear witness, how many of them are coming? How many of them are ready? How many of them appear in the court? And how many is willing to appear in the court? That should be the question. No, let us be frank and let us be sincere to what we are saying. You are not talking to idiots, to dumbs. You are talking to people that know what they are saying. And according to the law, which law of the country permits that? I want to know. There was a question that they asked Omotosho. He said, how old was your grandfather? He said his grandfather was 98 years. He said, how old was Nigeria? When Nigeria was 65 years, they now asked him, what is the name? What was the name that they are bearing before Nigeria? Or what was the name Nigeria was bearing before it was called Nigeria? Because Omotosho grandfather, senior Nigeria, with the 33 years. Yes, what was the name? Omotosho entered coma mentally. He entered coma mentally because I don't know what
also, like you said, that Omotosho was confused when Mazen Akali was trying to lecture him in the courtroom, and a lot of people have been saying that Omotosho technically went into library to have some research concerning the case, because like Mazen Akali was trying to lecture most of the judges here in Nigeria. So, and I have said it time with that number that Nigeria judges does not know the law.
Don't know the law.
So that's one of the reasons why he has to gives us have his defense counsel to take aside to take
Do
to,
you know why
to stay aside.
Do you know why?
He wants to lecture the judges, and finally he has done that, and Justice Omotosho have to return back to library to have some research concerning Nnamdi Kanu case.
And that is why Omotosho now have to postpone that as at that time till 2 p.m. so that he can have a reset of his mentality, of memory. He wants to reset it because the question that Nnamdi Kanu asked him is bigger, it's too heavy. He cannot just calculate it within a second. Do you understand? So, and that was why what played has played. You see why they are forcing Nnamdi Kanu to have a defense as a lawyer to speak for him, because those ones is not as intellectual as he is. They are not that learned with the level of Nnamdi Kanu, so that they can be able to maneuver and manipulate. Look at what they were pointing at. They say Agabi agreed to open a defense. Do you understand? You see where they are standing. They say Agabi, one of the lawyers, the son that stood for Nnamdi Kanu, agreed. That means it was a game between Nigerian government and Omotosho and Nnamdi Kanu legal team, not even actually Nnamdi Kanu agreement.
So the reason why Nnamdi Kanu say, give me some time, let me study the case. After you have gone through the case, I say, I have no case to answer. I can't open the defense.
Yes.
And that led to all the weaknesses that he called and said them stay aside for now.
And I give you a point. There is something. A man, the Chief Justice of Togo, a person of San Komla Edo, yeah, from Togo, the Supreme Court of Togo. Do you know what he said? He said that Nigeria is playing with their judiciary in trying Nnamdi Kanu. In what sense? He said that these people that Nnamdi Kanu made mention of are the political giant wings in Nigeria. That if these people appears in the court, that Nnamdi Kanu will mess them up, and it means that Nigeria is finished, is gone. And if they fail to appear in court, that means Nigeria judiciary is completely zero, because before the reputation internationally, the reputation becomes nothing. So that Nigeria should try to redeem their image in terms of the way they are handling the issues of Nnamdi Kanu, that they shouldn't have even started in the first place. They should have allowed this young man to go, because internationally now, look at the way they handle the case in Kenya. Kenya, as I speak to you now, Ruto now have sued Nigeria to IC that they must bring Nnamdi Kanu back to Kenya. The Kenyans are protesting that they should return Nnamdi Kanu back to Kenya. If you watch all these things, you will agree with me. Even Omotosho knows that he doesn't have case to answer. So they are just trying to play on intelligence. That's why Nnamdi Kanu decided to say no because the lawyers are afraid to call names. Remember, look at the statement he made. He said he want to show that when he die, he will die a peaceful death. That these people are afraid of calling names. That he's ready to call, and he hold them with a. Imagine the late Buhari. He said that the wife too, Aisha Buhari, must appear because Aisha Buhari knows about the issues, Operation Python dance and the rest. Brutai too. Is Brutai not the one, the commander of Operation Python dance, whereby the man was doing a peaceful protest, and you sent soldiers to go and kill people, and they massacre the Biafrans, and they tend to assassinate Nnamdi Kanu, and God will help him. You say that a jump. If now you, now only a tree go stand when he hear say they won't cut out. So what are we saying? Now you are now targeting that he jumping. On what side did he jump in? Then not having done this, he have escaped. Now you went ahead and kidnapped him. Nigeria is supposed to be facing trial, not Nnamdi Kanu. So Nigeria doesn't have a court. They don't have a law to try Nnamdi Kanu. Because the one that tries him, any judge that judges Nnamdi Kanu, like Omotosho is playing with his certificate, if at all he qualifies as a lawyer. If Omotosho is actually a judge, if he qualifies as a judge, he is playing with his certificate. Yes, because his reputation, if he handle that case anyhow, his reputation internationally becomes zero. And you know, Nigeria is a country that they are good to use and dump. That we use him, and when they see say his reputation doesn't grab any international recognition, that we dump him and look for another person. He's playing with his life, with his certificate. So you have to be very, very careful. Because the man you are playing with, the man you want to try or you want to persecute or you are trying is more intelligent than you. And he knows the law more than you. And Nnamdi Kanu is not a baby. They are applying, they have been looking for a way they can play with his memory. So that's why they do not want to take his health matter serious. You understand? So that the thing may mentally affect him, so that he begin to talk out of point. So they will now use that advantage against him. But God passed them.
All right, Miss Evangelist Benjamin, what do you think will happen?
Never happen in Nigerian court, especially in the case of Nnamdi Kanu. If Nnamdi Kanu actually commit a crime, are you hearing me? If he commit a crime, I don't think Nigeria would have finished the case, he sees. But they know vividly well that Nnamdi Kanu have no case. That is why you see they are playing it like this, playing it as a politics. You understand? They have no case to answer. He did not commit any crime.
But will you advise Nnamdi Kanu to return back his legal counsel, or he should stand and defend himself?
Any legal counsel that we collaborate with in Nigeria to name Nnamdi Kanu, it's better that counsel should stay aside. Nnamdi Kanu should defend himself. Yes. Anyone that look at Ejiofor. The game Ejiofor played before, Ejiofor collected and he wanted to, influence Nnamdi Kanu to admit to surrender his Biafra and surrender his agitation, his mandate, and in order to collaborate with Nigeria and sell his brother just the same way this other one did.
Evangelist Benjamin.
That's why he was sacked.
Yes. Don't you think that Nnamdi Kanu might also excuse Justice Omotosho the same way he did to Binta Nyako?
Omotosho already is looking for a way to jump the window. Don't you know? I am telling you that Omotosho is looking for a way to jump through window. Because the case is bigger than him. Yes, the case is bigger than him. He didn't know anything about that case. He did not even know the law of Nigeria, not to talk of the international law that guide the freedom fighter.
So it's likely that Nnamdi Kanu will say, Justice Omotosho, you have no right to try me.
He has no right from the onset.
Yeah, he's have to excuse himself.
Any right. You don't get any right to try Nnamdi Kanu from the onset. Do you understand? They ask some question, if he answer, in brain scatter. He went inside to go and reset it. Is that the kind of person that will come and stand with Nnamdi Kanu? Did the Nnamdi Kanu go inside to reset his brain and come back before asking him a question? No. You know, say brain pass brain. You see the issue, Nnamdi Kanu. You have to go. So that is the fact. Nnamdi Kanu is bigger than Nigeria. Yes, it's bigger than Nigeria because in Nigeria, you do not have a credible president. Mention the president that rule Nigeria that have a good certificate. Now, people will not get certificate and then they rule Nigeria. Go those states, go and see somebody that cannot even read figure that they presented to him. That is the governor.
All right.
When you come to Ebonyi State, you go and see the one, the camouflage they presented there. Now just ordinary paper they rule in the name of this state. Go to, is it Mba of Enugu State, the one that carry Usman Dafodio Grand Pikin to make his own special advice. Now all those ones, did they have anything? Is it not in Nigeria we have a minister of works, somebody that is calling himself a professional, call himself a prof and a medical doctor, whereas he never attended anyone. Now engineer, we know him as. Look, these are the people ruling Nigeria. Then tell me, how did this kind of people know the law? And how can they defeat Nnamdi?
All right, Evangelist Benjamin Zestinachi, I think this would be a wonderful place to call off a shot. But before I let you go, I will have your reaction on this. What do you think will happen? Federal government said you have a case to answer. Nnamdi Kanu say I have no case to answer. What do you think will play out at the end of the day?
Then if there one man Nnamdi Kanu to have a case to answer, then he have a witness. All the witnesses must appear.
All right, thank you for speaking with us.